it's time for another video. And I was walking this morning in the beautiful winter, spring, summer, autumn sunshine here, where it's 29 degrees. And I recognized something came to me and said, we need to talk about balance, alignment. And I know that I've touched on this in some of my previous notes, previous writings, and maybe even in my videos. I actually very rarely watch all of my videos. I believe they come from source. But anyway, the purpose of this video is it's time, I think, for twin flames to step up and really recognize and share the various wisdom that they have learned. And this is something that we're doing in service to help others that are awakening or are confused or just got made aware of the whole twin flame, divine union, divine partnership situation. I know for many twin flames they discovered the label after they went into separation, and they've learned and they've grown and they've begun this process of healing and getting to their inner selves. It's a journey that I've been on and continue to practice every day. It's something that I share with others, and it gives me pleasure and happiness to help others in service to grow and learn and to practice a different way of life, a different way of living, non-materialistic. And I believe that's the fundamentals of the twin flame journey. Of once you get to yourself, you begin to recognize that you are everything. What you create for yourself is yours, it's yours. And we are certainly living in the new, and I'm reminded every day that I have to practice the new. You know, teachers are students and students are teachers. And I know that the soul sisters and brothers that I communicate with, they give me information that's invaluable, and I appreciate all of the information. And vice versa, we're growing and learning together. And this is the one benefit of the internet today. We can share information, others will receive it, they will utilize it with whatever resonates with them, and implement it and implement the change. And there may come another day where they share information with us that allows us to step forward. So you can see the ascension progressing naturally. And when we get to situations of, let's say, confusion, for want of a better expression, we reach out to a certain individual, and that individual gives us information or an exercise or something that resonates with us. We utilize it, and bang, the next sequence or the next part of the process begins, and something shifts. And we are shifting as we're learning, we're growing, we're expanding our conscious mind, we're evolving as human beings. But more importantly, our minds are expanding, our knowledge base is expanding. We're beginning to use other parts of our brain that we've never utilized before. And this is what happens when you break the conditioning the conditioning elements of your life. When you start to dispel these beliefs that have been installed in you, you begin to expand your consciousness, and you expand your vocabulary, you expand your way of living, and you start to open your mind to receiving more and more and more. And the programming that's going on these days is very narrow. And as man has evolved, he's becoming more and more focused on serving others. But he's not serving his fellow man, he's serving the puppeteers, he's serving the oligarch, he's serving what has been told he or she needs. Globalization is about supplying us with things that they tell us we need to be able to live life. When you break that illusion, you actually realize that you have everything that you need to live your life in a wholesome way. Globalization is about serving those that are manufacturing and making these products. And as the population grows, they have to make more. And as they make more, we buy more. If there was no marketing of anything, nobody would buy anything. So we're working to feed our families, to feed ourselves, to pay for this, to pay for that, to utilize these, and we're just buying. Why are we buying these things? Do we need these things in our lives? And this is one valuable thing that I recognize today that I didn't recognize a few years ago. And this is everything about this journey is about ourselves. A long time ago, I was involved with another twin in respect of teaching people. And one of the things that I always taught was the balance. The balance between mind, body, and soul. Each of these three elements make up man. And you can associate that with Jesus, with Christ, with the Bible, with religion, with whatever. Mind, body, and soul. We feed our mind with information. So if we feed our mind with garbage, and garbage can come in many ways and shapes and guises, watching television, listening to news, listening to gossip, listening to external influences, we're feeding our mind this constantly. So our mind is screwed. We feed our body with food that the largest conglomerates in the world say we need. Those that change their diets and change their eating habits learn that they can live differently. Their life is their health is more fulfilling. So their body is being fed with things that are good. And our soul is fed from the love that we have for ourselves. And as we break away these illusions of what society has told us is needed, our soul begins to feel this love, because we are feeding ourselves, our mind and our body, with those things that serve us, not that serve others. This is the alignment that we need. The mind, the body, and soul in unison. This is what makes up man. This is the element of man. And this allows us, when we have everything in balance, to ascend and to evolve and to expand. Our mind is open to receiving new information, our bodies are able to give new action, and our soul is fed the love and the gratitude that we receive by transmitting this new thought process, this new evolution, this new concept. But these concepts are not new. They existed many, many millennia ago, as man began to evolve on the planet. The simplest things in life fed us. We had to forage through nature to feed us. These things from nature were the best quality things that could feed us. So we evolved. We got stronger. We evolved as man, from an ape into a human being. And how many times has a human being evolved into the current form that it's in? And it will continue. Man will continue to evolve its structure because of what it's fed. If we feed that structure garbage, processed foods, and all of this other stuff, man cannot evolve further. He becomes defined, and he becomes defined through globalization. Globalization is causing man does not have enough food to sustain itself because of the population, the number of population. So they're starting to produce synthetic products so that we as man can live and eat. The same with our mind. We're bombarded with information from multitudes of sources, from the internet, from television, from radio, from newspapers, from magazines. from conversations, and everyone has a different view and a different opinion. And when we start to listen to that, our own value, our own opinion and thought process is stunned. We have to be fairly intelligent to process what we absorb, to reach our own inner conclusion. But when you stop searching or listening to these informations, or your mind is able to filter it, you stop to become affected by others. And most of the philosophers, most of the teachers are talking about being at one with yourself, going into being one. I say we have to be at one with ourselves. The balance, the alignment of mind, body and soul. We need to be able to choose what we want to listen to. I live in a very small town, in a provincial town in eastern Croatia that was destroyed 25 years ago. Destroyed by war. The whole population was basically evacuated. And thousands of people were murdered here. And I was with a friend this morning for coffee, and he said, "Dean, why are you so happy? Why are you so full of life? Why are you joking with me now? Has somebody called you? Has your partner called you? Has your children called you?" I said, "No, I'm happy. I'm happy to be here. It's sunny. I'm feeling the joys of spring, even though it's autumn. And I'm happy. And I want to share that. And if you can see that I'm happy, this will reflect, this will be transferred to you, and you will become happy." And instantly he was happy. He smiled. And we went on to discuss everything. Life, universe, evolution, intelligent conversations about different societies. And he was brought up in a communist society. And now this communist society has become liberalized or socialized, whatever you want to call it. But the same stories are being told over and over and over again. And we touched on the subject of history. History reveals all. Man doesn't learn from history. He repeats history. And there's a very important distinction there. History has told us what we have done to this whole planet since man has evolved. The wars, the fights, the squabbling, the boundaries, the greed, the possession, the need to conquer. This is happening today. We haven't learned from all of the previous fights and battles and wars. We just continue, politicians continue to invest in war machines and propaganda machines, disinformation and misinformation. And society in general falls for that. But it's all a crock of shit. It's all an illusion. We have not learned from history. And believe you me, there will be more world crises to end all crises. There will be these things happening because you can see it building up now. You can feel it in the air. You can sense it. You can see just from the simplest of information that this is happening. It's happening behind the scenes. And the truth doesn't come from the media. The truth comes from the people on the ground that are living in these places, that I talk to, that I speak to, that I have contact with. But it's their truth. I don't care who runs my country, the country where I live. It means nothing to me. What I care about is myself and my immediate family, my children, my nearest and dearest. Because these are the one thing that I can help. And through my help, they can help others. And vice versa. They help me, I help them. Man has to change the course of history and not repeat it. And this is one of the things that I believe twin flames are here for. We're healing. We're learning everything, the damage that we've caused, that man has caused in previous life timelines, previous existences, and we are here to break all of that and to create the new. We're here to create the new earth, where there's no more squabbling, where there's no more bickering, where there's no more need for greed. We have a massive task on our hands, and only through teaching love, peace and harmony do we have a chance. I don't care the number of people that I reach with my messages. I'm delivering my message. What I do care about is how my children interpret the information that I give them and how they implement it in their lives, and how they in turn attract the same like-minded individuals into their lives that also want change, that are also tired. And believe me, the newly awakened souls on this planet want change, and they will force change. Twin flames are here to promote that change through love. Love comes from within. Love comes from inside of us, from our soul. And this is what we're trying to transmit. But we need this balance of mind and body to feed our soul, to be able to transmit that. So when you're receiving information, when you're disconnected from society, from the news for a week, and I keep saying this, take a weekend out, take a week out away from all of the BS around you, and see how your mind changes its thought process. How you stop feeding it bullshit and you start feeding it nature. Go outside and watch the ants or the flies or the bees, the butterflies, the beauty that's around you. And feed your mind, body and soul with that energy and see how it transforms you. We have the power within to overcome any fear that's without. Fears are manifested by man to control. Fears are manifested by man to make you feel that you need to follow what they're saying. And unless you're growing, learning and adapting your life for your own life and soul purpose, you will forever be one of these sheep. There are many shepherds in the world today that are leading lights, are leading examples, trying to share their love and trying to show you how, by changing a simple thought process or a simple action, you can actually positively benefit your life and those around you. Take away attachments, take away societal beliefs, take away parental beliefs, take away religious beliefs, take away all of those concepts that have only led to one thing, which is the destruction of man, and think for yourself. Think for your own immediate family, your children if you have them. Nobody else matters. Your parents, your grandparents, your peers, your fellow colleagues, your employees, whatever, they are not going to contribute to your life. Only you can provide and contribute to your own life to get to a place where you belong and deserve. The alternative to that is you continue to work your balls to the grindstone. You pay your mortgages, you pay your cars, you pay your school fees, you pay all of these things, and you're still working when you get to retirement. And you're still working then to keep your family together. When is it your time? Your time is today. Start today. Claim back your power. Claim back your own self-integrity, your own values. What do you believe is good for you? What is the most important thing to you in your life? Without you, nothing else exists. And these are important things for you to consider. It doesn't matter what your beloved is doing. It doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. What matters is what you are doing for yourself to change and break these templates that we're here to break. It's a tough challenge. It's not easy. I've been through it and I continue to go through it on a daily basis, and I will never stop. I want to expand my consciousness to a place where I will pass away. The rest of my life, as I have done all my life, is about learning new information, new tools, new things that help me and others to grow in a fulfilling way. So, alignment, mind, body and soul. Cut out the superfluous BS from your life. Media, any form of media, social media, television, anything like that. Reduce it, cut it out. Feed your body with things that you and your body needs. It doesn't need a special diet. It doesn't need to be vegan diet, vegetarian diet. Feed your body the things that you believe it needs on a daily basis. Take out caffeine if you want to. Add more vitamins, add more minerals, but use raw materials that come from a pure source. It may be hard for some of you to find this stuff, but you can add these things into your diet. And through this, you will begin to feed your soul. Feel the love within you. Feel your body change. Feel your own inner organs change. And it will take time to adjust to all of these new changes. Your body will go into shock. And you will want to scream for the mountains. But these are good things. You will feed your soul the love that you deserve. Take yourself away for a few days. And enjoy your own company. Surround yourself with nature. And align yourself with that vibration that you're experiencing in nature. And then go about changing that and implementing that on a day-by-day basis. I promise you, if I was giving a money-back guarantee, I promise you, you will feel better. Your vibration will rise. And whatever will be, will be. If you're a twin flame, you are bound to be in union at some point. Whether it's in this lifetime or another lifetime, you've met this person, you found the one person that is your frequency. They will forever be there. Open your mind to receive that. Open your body to receive that. And open your soul to receive that. Acknowledge that. It's the reason I've said what I've said is because I see so many making the same mistakes, errors, not mistakes or errors, that are doing the same things that I did very early on. But what I learned myself was, if you stop listening to everybody else's opinion, you get to make your own opinion yourself. And you'll start to grow yourself and evolve yourself. Read information, absorb it, process it, act upon it. But don't keep reading information after information after information after information, because you just really screw up your brain, your mind. And when your mind is screwed up, the rest of you is screwed up. It's as simple as that. Alignment is the most valuable thing that we can achieve. Once we are in alignment, the challenge then is to keep it in alignment. And you do that every day through your actions, through your rituals, through your living existence. And when you pick up somebody else's energy, you'll know that it's somebody else's energy. And you'll decide whether to proceed with engagement with them or not. You'll read something that doesn't resonate, doesn't feel right, so you'll drop it, you'll stop reading it. And these things happen naturally. And your manifestation powers manifest. Your signs and synchronicities will come through louder and clearer, more so than previously. But one thing I know, after flashbacks last night, they have always been there. We just haven't been able to see them. Once you clear your mind and are in balance, you'll be able to see everything that you need to see. And as you continue to heal, to push further away from society's reliance on society, you'll see more and more and more. And you're bringing this 5D conscious mind into a 3D reality. And you're living a 5D lifestyle in a 3D reality. Anyway, that's it for now. I trust this resonates. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.